Sergio Perez may be known as Red Bull's secondary driver, but he's proven to be much more. Verstappen's main threat isn't Hamilton or Leclerc anymore, it's Perez. That's because he's now challenging the team order. His last challenge to the order was when he won the Monaco Grand Prix. Then, as you'd expect, he partied hard to celebrate his win. That led him to doing some problematic things. So let's explore what our buddy Checo has been up to lately. First up, F1 star Sergio Perez caught on camera with other women. Sergio Perez won the Monaco GP. Then he partied his heart out in Monaco. After all, it's the land of wealth, yachts, and crazy parties. The 32-year-old married racer was caught on camera kissing women that weren't his wife. He was also caught on camera dancing with multiple different women. At the time of the incident, the Mexican was seen on a yacht. The pictures showed him holding one woman by the waist and dancing closely with her. Then more pictures showed him dancing while kissing a brunette woman. Although Perez didn't chicken out after allegations of him cheating on his wife appeared, he took to social media to address the situation and take responsibility for it. He was even straight up and said he takes responsibility for it. According to Daily Mail, Perez stated, "I have seen the videos that have been circulating about me and I take responsibility for it." He also claimed that it was just a bad party, and at the peak of it, he just lost control. He reassured everyone, though, that this is not who he is. It was just a bad moment. Sergio Perez has not split up with his wife post-incident. According to him, his wife Carloa Martinez and Perez are now stronger than ever. Perez married his wife back in 2018, and the pair have 3 children together. Their most recent child was born in May of 2022, just a few days before the video and pictures emerged. After the incident, he also stated these videos do not represent him, and the people close to him know that the kind of person he is. Before this incident, Perez's image was that of a family man. His family's all over his social media, and he talks about them quite a lot. This incident has shaken his image in front of many of his fans, and it'll take time to rebuild that again. So, who's his wife again? Sergio Perez is married to the 25-year-old Mexican influencer, Carola Martinez. Whereas Perez likes to stay low-key and keep a discreet profile, his wife is quite the opposite. She's regarded as an Instagram lifestyle influencer and a socialite. She's managed to rack up almost 130,000 followers on Instagram. Her feed is full of pictures of her and her 3 children, her husband, and her extravagant jet-setting lifestyle. An interesting fact about the pair is that they both had their wedding blessed by the Pope Francis. Carola is pretty much Perez's biggest fan. She can be seen in almost all the races being there to support him. Despite Perez claiming it's all okay between the two, speculations are that the incident has shaken them both a little bit. So despite her being his biggest fan, she's not too happy about him winning the Monaco GP. She's not the only one though. There's someone else who's angry with Perez's win, and it's not Max Verstappen. It's actually Jos Verstappen, his dad. Next, Jos Verstappen also unhappy with Perez and Red Bull. Max Verstappen's dad, Jos Verstappen, was extremely unhappy with Perez's win and Red Bull's Grand Prix strategy, and stated that the team should have prioritized Max, not Perez. Perez won because of an aggressive tire strategy, and Max got the podium without any effort because of Ferrari's blunders. If it wasn't for Ferrari messing up, chances are Max Verstappen wouldn't even gotten a podium. Jos feels strongly about all this because Max already had 2 retirements. He needs to be prioritized to have a proper chance of winning the Drivers' Championship. Although Verstappen led by 9 points at the time of the incident, Jos stated that Red Bull's car isn't tuned to Max's driving style. To top it all off, Red Bull has stated that it will not be prioritizing Max for the championship. The team will be focusing on the Constructors' Cup and won't be providing any driver priority over the other. This will reduce any grievances from Perez's side, but Verstappen's might have an issue with it. Now, the win had its benefits though. Despite pissing off his wife and Max Verstappen's dad, the win in Monaco did benefit Perez greatly. That's because after his win, he was given a 2-year extension on his contract with Red Bull, and now he's their driver till 2024. According to the Red Bull team principal, this decision of this was a no-brainer. Sergio Perez came 4th in the Drivers' Championship last year, and this year he's 2nd, just 21 points behind his teammate. So this year, he may end up becoming the world champion. The veteran racer took to Twitter and posted a picture of him signing the contract with the words, "Thank you all for the trust," in the caption. According to speculations, one of the things that he's been promised by Red Bull was that they'll stop prioritizing Verstappen. Anyway, enough about Perez and his glamorous life. Let's see what else has been happening in Formula 1. Rain in Montreal had led to some interesting standings in the qualifying round. We all knew who was going to get pole positions in Montreal. Everyone expected it to be Verstappen, Perez, and either Sainz or Leclerc, but then it rained right before the qualifying session in Montreal. And now for tonight's race in Montreal, Verstappen will be starting first as expected, but the rest of the positions are quite interesting. Fernando Alonso will be starting second. After 10 years, he's finally going to be in the top 3 of the starting grid. Max Verstappen better watch out. In 3rd place, it's Sainz, and in 4th place, unexpectedly, it's Lewis Hamilton. Kevin Magnussen will be starting 5th. Mick Schumacher will be starting 6th. Haas is looking at double points this race. That's not all for Alonso. He has vowed to attack Max Verstappen. The 40-year-old former champion beautifully put his Alpine in 2nd place after finishing just a little over 0.5 seconds after Verstappen. He also stated that he'll attack Max on the first corner with a cheeky wink. Alonso has credited his amazing to his fans, who he believes gave him the push needed. Charles Leclerc will be at the back of the grid and will have his work cut out for him. That's because he's been penalized by the FIA for changing his engine way too many times. Looks like like both the championships are out of Ferrari's hands this year. Next, Alonso just beat Schumacher's record. Before the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, the record for the longest F1 career was held by Schumacher. However, after the race, this record was broken by Fernando Alonso. The two-time F1 champion made history this weekend by breaking Schumacher's record. Schumacher held the record for the longest ever F1 career. His career spanned 21 years and 3 months, and then came Alonso. Alpine's hope of gaining prominence. Fernando Alonso broke the long-standing record of Schumacher last weekend. The race in Baku marked 21 years, 3 months, and 8 days since the Spaniard debuted on the 2002 Austin Grand Prix. The pair have come head-to-head before fighting for the F1 championship in 2006. The duel resulted in Alonso coming out on top and winning the championship. After that, Schumacher then retired at the end of the season. But then in 2010, he made a surprise return with Mercedes, which is not close to as good as it is now. Fernando Alonso also spent a brief period away from the demanding sport after 4 terrible years at McLaren. He then returned to Alpine, a French team that previously raced at Renault. The Spaniard hasn't won a podium since the 2013 Grand Prix, but still, he's considered one of Formula One's top drivers. And finally, FIA's technical directive, TD, couldn't have come at a worse time. As everyone was on their way to Montreal, FIA issued a TD to address the safety concerns people had about bouncing. They came up with a metric that set the limit to how strong oscillations can be before the teams must raise the height of their cars. So it allowed teams to make modifications to their cars before the Canada GP. No other team besides Mercedes was able to respond to the TD in time. Because of this, the TD was removed on Saturday because the FIA feared protests from the other teams for not following the right procedures. This caused a showdown between Mercedes boss Toto Wolff and other teams' bosses. Wolff believes that the other bosses acted pitifully. However, Wolff is not the only one who believes that the FIA should have handled the situation better. Aston Martin's boss, AlphaTauri's boss, and Alpine's boss all three believe that the FIA messed up. They also question if FIA's overall plan is the right one. That's because the oscillating metric is extremely difficult to manage and keep in check. Well, that's all we have for you guys today. Would you have forgiven Perez if he was your spouse? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed our video. See you guys next time. Bye!